Welcome. Discover the power of the collective creativity. Join us on the Creative Catalyst Hive for inspiring stories, practical tips, and expert guidance to unlock your creative potential. Ignite your creativity. Join the Hive. Hey, Rebecca, how are you today?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for joining me on my podcast. I was hoping that you could tell me a little bit about yourself for our listeners.
So my name is Rebecca Gonzalez, and I'm a mom of two, a wife. I'm also in education, starting year 18 of my education career, and I sell paparazzi accessories jewelry.
Exciting, exciting. So, your creative pursuit is going to be talking to us today about styling jewelry
Ye-
and also being
Yes.
a small business owner. And so, my first question to you is what does creativity mean to you?
So creativity to me is when you can take all of your knowledge and come up with something new or unique. Um, Especially when it comes to the jewelry. The jewelry is already created for me. So my creativity comes in when I have to create sets or I have to combine colors or I have to style certain shirts with certain things. So creativity is more of you seeing the bigger picture, stepping outside the box and making, people comfortable and making people confident in their accessories.
Nice. So, whenever you make people confident, I guess as part of how you create impact, how else do you create impact with paparazzi jewelry?
So I go live on Facebook, and what I love about doing that is that sometimes I have people who come on the lives who just look forward to talking to someone. So I started my business back in the pandemic. I went live on Facebook, and there were some people who like live alone, and they found me and they were able to have conversations with me. And I was able to have conversations with them. And we really couldn't do much back in 2020, 2021.
Right.
So that was the only way to basically communicate, connect with people, to build relationships was through a camera, through a video. So a lot of people, still to this day, who still come into the live, even though the pandemic has ended, they always tell me, I look forward to your lives because, I feel like that brightens up my day and I get to see everyone and I get to interact with so many other people besides you because we have more people come into the live and they interact with each other and I love how they all treat each other. They're like, hey, how are you? We missed you, where you've been. And so it's kind of become some like a community with Rebecca's I Feel Like a Woman Bling. So yeah, that's how I feel like I've impacted.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I can, especially in the pandemic. I watched a lot of your lives.
Yes.
So I pop on here and there and do it as well, and it's always fun. Um, your husband used to get on, and he used to do play the
Yes.
accordion. So that was fun.
So during the pandemic, because my husband is also a musician, he wasn't able to gig a lot. So he also found an outlet with playing the accordion. We called it the Hano Thursdays. And so he would come in and he would play the accordion for the ladies. They absolutely loved it. I called them las chifladas, which means the spoiled ones, because they were basically spoiled by him and the accordion playing, because they would request a song and he would just play it for them. And that was also his outlet because, like he just couldn't do anything else. He wasn't gigging, and it even inspired him to go live on his page as well and interact with his friends and his musician friends, and they were able to talk and do stuff like that.
So fun, so fun. So how did you start this endeavor with your passion of selling paparazzi?
So I started because I was watching my friend Sophia, and it was before the pandemic. She was going live. Actually, her husband is a musician as well, and he's friends with Julian. And Julian was on Facebook one day, and he was like, "Look," he goes, "My friend Joe's wife sells this jewelry," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I know her. I've seen her at the gigs, and." Okay. And so I popped in and I introduced myself and she was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. And then the pandemic hit. And so we were kind of just watching her all the time. So I started buying the jewelry from her and I was like, man, this is really cute for $5 because that's all it is. It's $5. Like everything that I'm wearing is $5.
Me too.
And it's really cute. And I was like, yes, like I wonder if I could do this. We're just stuck at home and, doing nothing. And one day she invited us over because that's all you could do was invite people over, to their house. And I was in her bling room. That's what she called it, a bling room. And I was like, this is like amazing. Like, I go, do you have fun doing this? And she's like, oh my God, yes. I connect with people. And she goes, you would be a natural. You're a teacher. You talk to people all the time. And I was like, yeah, but face to face. Like, I don't do it through a camera. I do it through face to face. Little did we know that we were going to be doing that, talking to people in a camera.
Mhm.
And so I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, give me a couple of, months to think about it. And we hit the pandemic and I was like, I'm kind of bored at home. I was like, okay. Um, I needed something to do with my extra time because we were just home. And so I asked her, I was like, so how do I sign up? And she was like, oh, you want to sign up? And I was like, yeah. I said, I think I could do this. And she was like, okay. So yeah, so I signed up. I got my starter kit um, and the rest is history from there because I started my first live and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be okay with this because at that time we still hadn't done the videos with all the kids.
Mhm.
And so I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be okay with this. Like, I've just done a few Zooms, I've done a few things, I haven't done a lot. She's like, you're going to be fine. I was like, I feel like I'm talking to myself. And she's like, you are, just talk to yourself. And I was like, okay. But yeah, that's basically what it turned out to be. And I just started getting all these followers and started meeting new people at that. Um, People who were like, oh, I'm friends with Sophia, so I'm going to come shop with you too. And then it just became like a friendship, like a little community. And so that's what I really fell in love with as far as like paparazzi accessories and selling jewelry is that the fact that we became a community. Everybody knew me, everybody knew my husband, we all knew each other. And it was just through a little camera, through a little video that we just saw each other because at that time that's all we could do.
Absolutely. And you can even see the people on the other side of the camera. So it was really just you and him, huh?
It was just, yeah, we couldn't see anybody. So we just saw the comments come up and it got to the point where I was like, okay, ladies, y'all need to interact with us because sometimes I feel like we're talking to ourselves, but that's not a bad thing either because I think I've established that when I'm not having a good day, especially not at work, going live is like my therapy session.
Mm.
So I can go live. And even if I only have two or three people in there, the fact that I have two or three people in there just talking to, because everyone's busy now.
Right.
We all went back to work. So I don't have 35, 40 people in my live anymore. It's more 10, 12, if that. On a good night, maybe 20, 25. But it has to be like a Friday night, Saturday night type of thing where they don't have to work the next day.
Right, right. So beyond making a community and having an opportunity to have therapy both directions for yourself and for others, even to just kind of vent in a positive way, right? What else do you find rewarding as far as styling and helping people find jewelry that fits them and their personality?
Um, I think what I find rewarding is just the friendships that I've created with these ladies, because they know that Julian plays. So when Julian plays in Houston, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go to Julian's concert, and I can't wait to meet you in person."
Nice.
And then it's meeting in person, and it's, "Oh, here's my cell phone number." So I feel like we've created a friendship, we've created a sisterhood
Hmm.
with the ladies. Sometimes, some of the, like when Julian shares, some of the gentlemen do come in and they're like, oh, I need something for my wife. And it's like, oh, okay, well, here you go. Let me create a little set. Like, what's her favorite piece or what's her favorite? Because we have hearts, we have butterflies, we have flowers, we have just regular silver, regular gold with bling, with different colored stones. So we have a variety of things that I can supply to people
Hmm. Based on what they like.
based on what they like. And we're not a catalog company. So that's another thing about paparazzi is A catalog company has the same thing over and over again in their stock, and we don't.
Right.
So that's why we only have a website. So we don't pass out catalogs or whatever I have in my inventory. And once I get rid of it, I don't know if it's ever going to come back. I don't know if, so that's what I like about the pieces is if once I sell out, like only the people who bought from me will only have those pieces.
Mm.
Another consultant could have those pieces, but you're going to look far and beyond for that type of stuff.
So not everybody has the same things.
Right. Not everyone has the same things.
Fancy, fancy. How do you balance this side hustle with your daytime job and your family?
So that's been a little rough lately, balancing. I was doing an okay job at the beginning, once we started going back to work. The boys were still young. They
Mhm.
were younger. They're still young, but they were younger. So they weren't involved in a lot of activities the way they are now. Now that they're both in high school, um, which is crazy to me that they're both in high school now. Um, it's been very different. So I'm a band mom.
Mhm.
I'm a water polo mom. I'm a swim mom. I'm a basketball mom. I'm everything mom right now. So they tend to keep me real busy. Not only that, Julian is getting a lot more now. So as his wife, I go and I support him. So they've all been keeping me busy. But the way I balance it now is, I'll just tell my customers like, hey, I can't go live tonight, but I'm going to post pictures. So you're more than welcome to shop the pictures. And I do. I have many people, and especially those people who can't go into my live now, they appreciate the picture posts now. They're like, "Oh, yes, you're posting pictures. Yes, because I can't go into your lives anymore." Because even they've gotten busy with their lives. They're working, they're coming home and they're cooking and going to swim games or going to whatever their kids are doing nowadays as well, or even grandkids, because I have a lot of older ladies as well who would come into the live and buy. And you know it's been a little hectic,
Mhm.
but I feel like once I start finding another, like it's been different every year. So I haven't created a schedule this year because of the boys,
Right.
but the year before that it was like, okay, I'll go live Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays and post pictures Thursdays and Fridays.
Mhm.
But the year before that, it's like, okay, I'm only going live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and posting picture Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have to find the balance for this year. I haven't quite found it yet, but
Gotcha.
I know I will.
Mhm. Yes, definitely something that, you know, takes time on top of what you're all the things you're already doing. How do you utilize this side gig? How does it show up in your everyday work or life as well? As far as like you wearing the jewelry, other people wearing the jewelry, you styling people with jewelry. How does that work?
So I mentioned before that a lot of wedding parties, a lot of quinceañera parties, um, just different banquets as well, especially because I work at the high school and I worked at the middle school. A lot of the teachers would come up to me and say, hey, can you bring, like cute little sets, so that the girls can buy it because one, it's cheap, it's in price, so the
Right.
girls could afford it. So it was basically doing that. Wedding people would come into, like my because I have my email is present on my website. So they'll email me and they'll be like, hey, I saw this on your website. Is there any way you can give me like 5 or 6 of them? And so if there was enough, I would get them that. But like I mentioned before, we're not a catalog company. So sometimes I have to tell people like, I don't have 8 of those, but I can mix and match these different things and your girls could all look different. But if you want them to all look the same, you're gonna have to get something from our only category that we have in stock always is our blockbuster column, and that's several different pieces as well. And but the only thing is they're called blockbusters because they're our number one sellers and they're the ones that always stay in stock.
Gotcha.
So I'll style the quinceañera girls. I'll style a wedding party. I've done to where I take my jewelry to the schools and the library after school, and the girls select jewelry from there. and so that they can wear the eighth grade prom. Or I've also done where I've posted at the high school for the girls who, especially because I work in a low income district. The girls are like, "Oh my God, this is only $5." Like, yes, you see, you don't have to go and buy, you know, like it's still pretty and it looks and it just complements their dresses very well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. That's got to be rewarding in itself to help them. Um, what about as far as um, if our viewers wanted to maybe have an outfit that they wanted you to help them choose jewelry for, or if they wanted to purchase jewelry, what tips and tricks would you give as far as like layering jewelry or how you wear it or anything like that? Would you?
So if when I have customers say, "Oh, I need a necklace for this blouse," I normally tell them, "Take send me a picture with you wearing it." And because I'm very crafty with Canva and I'm very crafty with some of the apps on my phone, I can like cut out the jewelry and place it on them so that they could see how it would look on them, and then they can tell me if they want those pieces or not. Um, Basically just um I'll wear it to work and they're like, "Oh, I never thought about wearing it that way." Or sometimes I like, for example, for 4th of July, I had earrings that I wanted to wear all of them because they're 4th of July is red, white, and blue and the stars, and I happened to have a red star that was like a large red star, and then like a medium white star, and then a small black blue star, and I just layered them on there. And then when I got there, they were like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Yeah, it's 3 different earrings. Like you can do so many things. You just gotta learn how to step outside the box and be comfortable." Um, so a lot of my customers don't like. They're like, "Oh, I want to try copper, but I just don't know how." And it's like, okay, well, I'll even Google it for them. Like here. This is the way you can wear copper. This is the type of colors that go well with the copper. This is the type of colors that go well with brass,
Mhm.
because we also have brass. So we have gold, silver, brass, copper, black gunmetal. And then we have different colors on each of those. So we can have red on brass, we can have white on brass, like the stones, the different type of gems that come with the collection. So I just tell the ladies like, "Hey, send me something if you want to style it, if you want me to wear it for you on the live, that way you can see and I can convince you to buy it, then do that. I'll do that." Or I'll just tell them like, "Hey, like if you like it, there's nothing wrong with just going to buy an outfit for it."
The opposite way. So, what are some of the 2024 fall styles or styles right now that people are after?
So right now, the stars are like, but like celestial stars are
Oh,
like, yes. So that's a big style. Hearts are in style right now. So that's why this is one of my fashion fix. Um, our fashion fix it comes every month, and it's a subscription that we have as consultants, and it's 5 different styles, and those 5 different styles are what's in right now.
wow.
So we have the celestial stars, the butterflies are huge right now. Hearts, like the half moon crests,
Mm.
like all those type of things that remind me of Charmed. That was one of my favorite shows.
I
It
was
reminds me of,
90s style almost. It sounds.
yeah, very 90s. That's coming in, and layering, and like with different types of metals. So you have your silver and your gold, and it comes together. So that's even better because it's like you can't separate it. Like you have to wear it that way. So you got to find something to wear with it, or just got to get comfortable wearing it with what you already style.
And your necklaces, they come with earrings too, right? And then you can upgrade.
Yes. So all of our necklaces do come with their free earrings, and you do have upgraded earrings. So like these are upgraded earrings. So this would be $5, but all of our necklaces are already connected to a little box, and they have like little bitty earrings that match either the pendant or match the color of the necklace.
Fabulous. What about rings and anklets, toe rings?
So we just started anklets, which are really, really awesome. That's been like my number one seller right now is the anklets because they come like they started in the summer
Mhm.
to sell those. And of course, you have the little sun rays that, on there, and then you have different colors on. So you have multicolored stones
Mhm.
on them. A lot of nautical things on there, like the mermaids and um the the mermaids, even sea turtles.
Oh,
Sea turtles, the horse, what are they called? The
Seahorse?
seahorse, yes. So seahorse has been a big thing as well. Um, but a lot of nautical things came out this summer and they came out in anklets, they came out in rings, they came out in earrings. I mean, the seashells, the starfish, you name it. That was huge this past summer. And I still have some of it left because, when you see something hot, you kind of tend to just grab and you're just like, okay, no, like I know my customers are going to go crazy for this, which they do. And then I'll have one or two left of those things. But um, that's what's in style right now. The rings, so the rings they stretch.
Mhm.
And so it's a size 6 to a size 10. And so they just tend to stretch. The only thing I recommend people with the rings is to put clear nail polish on it because when you wash your hands, especially we are washing our hands now more than ever, they tend to change color
Ah,
on here. But that's the only thing about the rings that I would recommend. Other than that, anything else is okay. Um, if you need it smaller, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but you can break the little the little beads here and you can make the rings smaller. So those are our rings. All of our rings come with a stretchy band, and sometimes it's thin and sometimes it's thick like this.
gotcha.
Our earrings, they come either in post or in fishhook. So this is a post earring. And so I don't know if you can see it there. So
Yes.
it's a post earring. And then sometimes they have a fish hook. Our new thing is cuffs on the ears. So they just cuff it around the ear. So it comes in different styles. Right now, the pearls are very popular with the cuff earrings.
Mhm.
A new thing that they started for the fall, and it's because we just had our fall collection be released, is connecting the cuff to the post earring. So you have like a little chain going there. Um,
90s again. 90s style again.
yes, no, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Our bracelets do come layered at times. Sometimes they come with little charms on it, and they either come as a cup or with a lobster clasp, or our new thing is the hinge bracelets. Yeah. And then of course our necklaces. This is the new style that they've been coming up with the ribbon. So it's so 90s. I remember in the 90s like we would wear like little chokers,
Mhm.
like with the thread, but they're coming out with the necklaces and you can wear it any style. But that's been like our latest um styles that we have been coming out with.
So fun, so fun. Well, Rebecca, I have thoroughly enjoyed talking with you. If our listeners wanted to actually touch base with you, where could they find you?
So right now I'm just on Facebook. It's Rebecca's I Feel Like a Woman Bling. It is a business page. So you can find me on the business page or you can find me on my personal page, Rebeca Gonzalez. Um, I usually have a picture of me and my husband on there, but you can see that it's me. You can see my face, no filters, just me. And you can like our page on Facebook with Rebecca's I Feel Like a Woman Bling. Message me. That way I know you're a new customer. And if you message me telling me that you saw me on the podcast, I'll give you a free piece.
Oh, exciting, exciting. And what about if I am a new customer, how do you do billing and payment and things like that?
So I pretty much take all payments. The reason I asked for you to friend me on Facebook is I do invoice through Messenger. If for some reason you don't have Messenger, then I just ask for your email address so that I can send it to you through an email. I take Zelle, I take PayPal, I take Cash App, I take Venmo, I take Messenger Pay if you do have Messenger. I take Apple Pay. I pretty much take all the payments, and I have Square in case you don't have any of those, and just give me your credit card number, and I'll run the numbers through. but I pretty much take everything.
I know, fabulous. And the last thing is there anything else that we should know about Rebecca's creative jewelry styling?
Well, I mean, I try to post Monday through Friday on Facebook. That way you can check out all the different styles. Um, and I mean, I'm trying to balance out my life, trying to catch up with my life right now, but I will be live soon, hopefully in about another month once everything starts to settle down with the boys. But I mean, I really enjoy what I do. I love styling, I love jewelry. Um, so I mean, come check me out and that way, you know, you could see more of what I do. We have fun. We have fun. We have a therapy session sometimes. So it's like if you need to come just to chat and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Just don't get me on a tantrum of education because I will go on that one. But you know, just come in and have fun with us and chit chat and start conversations.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Join the hive where ideas thrive, a buzzing hub of creativity alive. The Creative Catalyst Hive, your guiding light. Ignite your spark, take flight. Thanks for listening with your host, creativity coach, Misty Hummel.